He kōna I purangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
No mai anō kia news to me. I'm Zion and I know school is out, but eyes on me. Let's get into it. An icy blast has dumped snow from Invercargill in the far south up to the desert road in the central North Island. Christchurch experienced its first October snowfall in more than 50 years. People young and old have been enjoying sledging and snowball fights.
Best experience of my life I've ever imagined.
And it makes you happy.
But farmers are worried for spring lambs in sub-zero temperatures. Forecasters say that the rapid plunge in temperatures may reverse just as quickly. By Monday, it's possible that temperatures in places that had snow could be in the low 20s. A 13-year-old girl assaulted at school says she wants others who have experienced bullying to have hope. Eva Vitali was filmed at Orewa College in May as two teenagers shoved her to the ground, pulled her hair and punched and kicked her. She says there were several other incidents, including being pushed downstairs, but she's moving on and urging people to tell someone if they are being bullied. She wants people to know how big of an impact bullying can have on kids' mental health and that no one is alone.
Have hope and just know that you'll get through it, and people can be really mean sometimes, but it's not your problem, it's theirs.
Good on you, Eva. The two students who have attacked Eva have been excluded from Orewa College. Now here's a story straight out of the What the Heck files.
A light helicopter just crashed, trying to warn me about a shark that was swimming around me.
Bill Ballard was surfing with dolphins at Woolgood Beach when a light aircraft, or gyrocopter, flying low, started pointing at a large shark circling the surfer. As Ballard swam to shore, the chopper crashed. Luckily though, both pilot and passenger were all right, just a bit shaken up.
Around you, was it?
It was just near me.
It was so close to you. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Because there's all these
They were warning me of a shark that was right next to me.
Lord has been told off by election officials after sharing who she voted for with her 9.5 million followers on Instagram. Local elections are closing this weekend with people voting for city, district and regional councillors, mayors and local boards. Lord reminded her followers to vote, but also told who she voted for Auckland Mayor. She later said the Electoral Commission told her she had broken the rules by showing her own voting papers. The Women's Rugby World Cup kicks off in New Zealand this weekend. The Black Ferns are preparing to play against Australia in front of the biggest crowd ever seen for a women's sporting match in New Zealand. The match is the third being played at Eden Park on the competition's opening day. France and England are favourites to win the tournament, but the Black Ferns have home advantage, so get out there and support them. Now for some great news, predator control in the Hunua Ranges has seen a single breeding pair of kokako in the 1990s grow to a thriving population of 229 pairs today. And that brings us to our explainer why protecting native species from certain predators is important.
Aotearoa is filled with beautiful native wildlife, but in the last 100 years or so, they've been under threat from, dun dun dun, predators.
Today we're learning about Predator Free 2050.
Predator Free 2050 is a strategy by the New Zealand government to remove 5 of the most damaging pests we have in Aotearoa.
Possums, rats, ferrets, stoats and weasels cause great harm to our native wildlife. And if we don't do something quickly, they threaten to force many species into extinction.
Predator Free 2050 is focused on protecting the biodiversity of Aotearoa and allowing our native species to thrive.
We're pretty lucky down here at the bottom of the globe. Because we're an isolated island, we have a high portion of species that aren't found anywhere else in the world.
However, the arrival of early settlers also meant the arrival of our first predators in the way of pests. Possums, rats and stoats caused havoc on our local species.
Almost 4,000 native and endemic species are currently threatened with or are at risk of extinction, and predators are a major contributing factor.
We can't lose our native species. They're the only ones in the world. So, what's the plan?
Predator Free 2050 plans to trap New Zealand pests, eradicating them all by the year 2050.
That is going to take a lot of traps.
It sure will. There are lots of regional groups and councils all working together to get the plan moving.
I want to help. Can I?
Yeah, for sure. Become a part of the movement. You could set up traps with your family or even join a trapping club.
Great trapping, guys. He is really
We could
good.
also learn about our native wildlife and spread the word on how to protect them.
Definitely. Every little bit helps. Aotearoa already has several predator-free eco-sanctuaries, but the goal is to have the whole country predator-free for all the wildlife to thrive.
We can all agree that Aotearoa is beautiful and that the unique species we have here are worth protecting.
It would be wonderful news to me and to our tui and kiwi to see Aotearoa predator-free by the year 2050. I'm Evie York, and this episode was made by TVNZ and RNZ and is public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air. You or your parents can follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, or just about any podcast app. Plus, you can watch News to Me on TV2 on Friday afternoons, catch it on demand, or listen to it just before the 7 o'clock news on Saturday mornings on RNZ National.